Trapped on the deserted island for 2 days, the woman finally saw a man floating on the surface of the sea and she couldn't wait to jump into the sea and pull him towards the shore, although the man was already dying. But she knew that this might be the only companion on the deserted island to give her comfort. So she frantically pressed on the man's abdomen in the hope that he could be revived. But then a man came out of nowhere and yanked her to the side and blocked her from saving him. After determining that the man had completely stopped breathing, Paul was relieved to move aside. The woman was devastated and angry at Paul for not saving her. Unbeknownst to her, Paul already had ulterior motives for the woman, because he had liked women for a long time, and only by letting the man in front of him die could he become Anna's only dependence. As expected, it didn't take long for the sky to start raining heavily, and the two of them had to live together, which definitely created more opportunities for the boy. The next day, when Anna was still sleeping, the man went to the bottom of the sea early to look for food, and in a short time, he picked up some conch back. I thought he would let Anna eat first, but when she went over to him, he quickly stuffed the meat into his mouth. Anna had no choice but to dive for food herself, but she didn't have a harpoon or goggles, so she asked the man for food. The man took the opportunity to ask Anna to agree to live with him, although Anna was very reluctant, but she could not find food. So she agreed to Paul's request to get a little bit of fish, barely enough to stuff their teeth. The man was very excited to get Anna's consent and climbed up the palm tree to start chopping down the night because he was going to build a small house for the woman to live in that would provide a shelter from the wind and sun for the two of them to live together as their new home. The woman then found some broken fishing nets and the man found a piece of rotten canvas and the two began to work together to build their new home. But it didn't last long. Paul went fishing as usual, but when he returned, he found another dying man on the beach. Paul wanted to ignore him, but now that Anna had fallen in love with him, he didn't need to be afraid that another man would take her away from him, so he took pity on him and saved him. Unexpectedly, the man Paul saved was Anna's rich husband. Seeing her husband is still alive, Anna was so excited that she handed him water and comforted him, which made Paul feel very bad and regret that he should not have saved him. However, this is just the beginning of the soon Anna and Paul together fishing in the sea, the two laughing and chasing and playing so happy. Unexpectedly, this sweet scene was seen by Anna's husband, who was already cautious, but now he was jealous and suspicious. In order to show his absolute leadership over Anna, he used his own unique lighter to make a fire. Sure enough, Anna came back and was overjoyed because they hadn't been able to find a fire source for so many days, which meant that they could eat cooked food from now on. The bald man was proud to show off to Paul, and he verbally beat him down. At first, Paul didn't take it seriously and shared his fish with him, but the bald guy didn't even thank him. He thought he deserved it. Paul turned around and left. But what's even more annoying is that the bald head took over the house that Paul and Anna built together while Anna and Paul went to the sea to fish and hunt for food, and only set aside a kennel for Paul to live in. The bald man thought it was inconvenient for Paul to live with the couple, so he went his own way and never came back to Anna. However, Anna felt that her husband had gone too far and turned to comfort Paul, who was isolated, but the woman's husband was not pleased.